finally, the scenes across the country were very different this year for St. Patrick's Day, with no parades or celebrations taking place as a result of the pandemic measures. That's all for now. Further updates in an hour. There now follows a national address by An Taoiseach Leo Varadkar TD.
Good evening. Fheis Pádraig Honadíobh. This is a St. Patrick's Day like no other. A day that none of us will ever forget. Today's children will tell their own children and grandchildren about the national holiday in 2020 that had no parties, no parades.
Hi, Granny.
But instead saw everyone
Listening to the news at the moment.
Yeah, I have it on here
that will
now.
save us.
Do you think we'll be able to see each other?
The worst.
I don't really know,
Best.
but I think we'll find out
Big
later.
demands of our healthcare staff
I'm gonna really miss you.
and big demands of every single one of us. I'll never forget that day, St. Patrick's Day last year, our national holiday, speaking to the nation and telling the Irish people of the extraordinary steps we'd have to take to stop the spread of the virus and keep our people safe. That night I said, in years to come, let them say of us that when things were at their worst, we were at our best. And now, a year later, I can confidently say that that was the case. Whether it was maintaining a social distance, staying at home, reducing our social contacts, cancelling plans, or wearing a face covering, and now getting vaccinated, we all played our part, and now we can see the benefits. But of course, we should not forget the terrible price that so many of us paid, and why it was necessary to take these actions. We think about all the essential workers in healthcare, transport, supermarkets, food service, the Gardaí, the Defence Forces and volunteers, and all that they did to keep us going and to help save lives. I think of the more than 7,000 people who lost their lives in our island as a result of COVID. These were loved ones, individuals, family members, friends and colleagues, and many of us still mourn. But we're now on our way out of the pandemic. People are going back to work, businesses are reopening, our freedoms are being restored, and a sense of normality is returning. When the pandemic began, I knew that Ireland was in safe hands because of the strong Fine Gael team that we had in place. And now that team is going to make sure that we build a better future for Ireland post-pandemic.
We are going to use the pandemic as an opportunity to make real improvements to the quality of life and make Ireland even better to live, work and raise a family.
We will start by continuing the acceleration of the vaccine rollout. It's really picking up pace now with over 50% of adults with at least one dose, and with people in their 30s next up. Every adult who wants to be vaccinated will be fully vaccinated by the end of September of this year.
Next, we will replace all the jobs lost in the pandemic. But we won't stop there. By 2024, we will have more than 2.5 million people employed.
We are extending the Employment Wage Subsidy Scheme and the COVID Restriction Support Scheme to the end of the year. Workers on the PUP will also have certainty, as we are extending that scheme until February next year.
We want to help get people back to work. We want to help people retrain and reskill. And as a part of that, we want to make sure we register 10,000 new apprentices every year in Ireland by 2025.
We're also rolling out high-speed broadband to every home, every school, every business, every farm, right across the country, no matter where you're located.
Can't hear you, Granny. You're on mute.
We're now investing more than ever before in our history in housing, but we have more to do. And shortly, the new Housing for All plan will show you how we intend to deliver 33,000 homes every year in Ireland.
Agus muid crothú taucí níos fearrdacha, tastíúing go maithfeadh gach cainteoir Gaeilge, cainteoirí dúchais, gus feilmeoirí ar éan, go bhfuil siad á gomasú an Gaeilge a úsáid sa gnáthhéal, san ionadaoibhre agus sa phobal.
And as we build back better, it is vital that we do so in a sustainable and green manner. That's why we will cut our emissions by 51% by 2030 and become net zero by 2050.
With the Fine Gael team and our plan to reopen the country and get people back to work, I believe our economy will take off like a rocket in the months ahead. So let's look forward to brighter days ahead, to doing the things that we used to enjoy so much and maybe took for granted, meeting our friends and family, going back to the office, sport, live music, returning to our hobbies. Better days are ahead for all of us.